Welcome back to our online classes, that is our physics online classes. I hope you all are being at home, safe, and caring and loving your family. So let us start with our class today. Continue our class, that is structure of atoms, part 3. So our today's topic is Bohr's atomic model. So as we have learned in our previous classes, that is in our 9th class, we have learned that the Rutherford explained us about the movement of electrons and protons. That is, electron is revolving round the protons and neutrons present at the center, like our solar system. Not exactly he explained they were like solar system, but he said that electrons are like positive electrons are present at the center, and the negative electrons will revolve round the neutrons present in the center. Okay, and they will move like this. This negative ion will start moving like this around the nucleus. Nucleus here is nothing but your neutron. This is having proton also, so positive charge there. So what he said, Ernest Rutherford said that the electrons revolve round the neutrons. The space empty is present in between this, where the positive charge is concentrated in the center of the atom and all the negative charges revolve round it. Right? So but this was proved later by Bohr's. What he said is this Rutherford model was unable to explain us about the stability of electrons, atoms, of different atoms. Electrons revolve and collide with the neutrons. Hydrogen, like atoms, elements in like hydrogen, it was able to explain, but when the light was passed through the gas, it was found that some line spectra was unable to see, and rest were not found only. Okay, few were found but rest were not found, the spectral lines. So this here he failed to explain the model. So then Niels Bohr was again Rutherford's student only. He said that these electrons are revolving round like this. If this negative electron is going round and reaching here, then here it may blast, collide. Okay, so this negative and positive electrons and positive proton and neutron electron, this both will collide. So here the Rutherford model failed. So what again Niels Bohr said is this atom is having a center which is called as nucleus. Okay, and electrons are revolving round only in a fixed circular orbits with fixed energy and fixed velocity. Okay, so what he said is the electrons are revolving round the nucleus with fixed energy, velocity, and they are in a particular fixed circular orbits, like how our solar system is there. How it is, we have sun in the center and planets revolving round the sun in their orbits, right? Similarly, he said the atoms are also arranged like this only. So yes, then what he said, they follow two rules. What is that? Quantization condition, that is electrons revolve only in circular orbits for which the angular momentum is integral multiple of L by 2 pi. Okay, so yeah. So as I said, the electrons are present in a particular orbit. Okay, so he gave it as K, L, M, N. You can say just 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Okay, and energy is absorbed or emitted when an electron moves from one orbit to another. So if this electron wanting to go to another orbit, then if it is moving from lower energy level to the higher energy level, then it is absorbing the energy. Well, if it is coming back, then it is emitting the energy. The orbit which is closer to the nucleus has the less energy. Okay. Then next we'll go with the, again this model was not perfect with the other atoms like other than hydrogen. So again there comes the Sommerfeld model of an atom. Sommerfeld named scientist, what he did is he again did two modifications. What he said, there are two types, principal quantum number and azimuthal quantum number. The velocity of an electron changes with different path of an electron moving an elliptical orbit. So when the orbitals are moving, when the electrons are moving with different path, what will happen? Their velocity changes. Okay, so here what he said, suppose n is equal to, principal quantum number is equal to 1, then L is equal to 0. How you are saying it? We are substituting in a formula called to L is equal to n minus 1. We are substituting in a formula called L is equal to n minus 1. Right. With this, he did this addition of orbitals in the structure. Okay, he just added the orbitals, nothing else he did, he just added the orbitals. What is, see, if L is equal to 0 and n is equal to 1, when substituting in n minus 1, what we will get? We'll get L is equal to 0, then n is equal to 2, then 2 minus 1, L is equal to 1. One orbital we are adding here. Similarly, n is equal to 3. N is equal to 3 means 3 minus 1, which is equal to 2. We are adding 2 orbitals. Similarly, we are adding here 3 orbitals, like that, and so on. He did the same thing, and with this we got the value of azimuthal quantum number, or the orbitals, number of orbitals present in the atom. So it is common practice to assign the letters to L value as below. So as like orbital number, we said L is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So like that, for that we are going to give the electron state as S, P, D, F, G and so on. Hence the electrons in the L is equal to 1, 2, 3 and states are said to be SPDF orbitals. Next, coming to our magnetic quantum number, integral value, it is giving the integral values minus L to plus L. Whatever value it is coming, you are getting the, it is getting the integral values from minus L to plus L. It includes 0 also. And what you are doing with this magnetic quantum number means we are giving the orientation of the orbitals. 2L plus 1 is giving you the value of this ML. Okay, so then 2L plus 1, 2 into 0 plus 1 is 0 plus 1. That is, if L value is 0, then you are getting the value as this. If you are taking L is equal to 1, then you are getting 2L plus 1 is equal to 3. There you are having 3 orbitals. That is, you can write it as Px, Py, Pz. That is minus 1, 0 plus 1. Okay, these are the structures you need to practice. Spherical is S orbital, it is having only one orbital, that's why where L is equal to 0. And P, you have 3 orbitals, that is Px, Py and Pz. They are dumbbell shape. Next, coming to if L is equal to 2. We have done for 0, we have done for 1, now L is equal to 2. Then we are getting 5. So then we will write it as minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2. Okay, so then the 5 orbitals are not identical, so they are divided into again 2 types, T2G and EG. T2G means you have DXY, DXZ and ZY, and in EG you have DZ square and DX square minus Y square. This T2G are the identical shapes and this EG are not identical shapes, and they have different points along the axis. So here you can see the difference. Here you can see that they are in same, okay, but just only the axis, they are between the XY, and here it is between the XZ, it is between the YZ, and here you can see that they are along the Z axis, they are Z square. and here they are along the x and y axis. Next, coming to the spin quantum number. Spin quantum number gives the size, shape, and you have learned about size, shape and orientation. Here we will learn about the spinning, how the electrons are present. Okay, for example, if you go with the street light, you can see that yellow light is coming out. Why it is coming out? Because of the sodium vapors coming out of the lamp. So this here gives us only possible orientations of spin, that is plus and minus half. Importance is seen when an electron occupies specific orbital in the multiple electron atoms. Okay, so here you can see that they are placed as, okay, this is plus half and this is your minus half. The electron will be placed first like this or this. So this is nothing but these are called as the spin of the orbitals. I hope you have enjoyed the video, and I think you have understood a lot till now, and next part will be the last part of this chapter. So till then, enjoy and do subscribe and like the channel.